Hello everybody and welcome back to Race 3 for the Ninja Axel Racing League Whelen Modified Tour. We got a couple more, we got one more driver and we have some filler AI just because I wanted to make the roster bigger here. But let's go over the starting lineup here as we get ready to go racing. Give me 1 sec though. There we go. As we get ready here, starting on pole in the Lucas Oil number 8, it's Kyle Busch. Hold up. Here we are. And to his outside will be the number 95 for Lightning McQueen. Tony Stewart in the number 20 lines up in third, and fourth will be number 42 of Grok Shadow. Bow Benoit lines up fifth in that number 8 machine. Jeff Gordon sixth in the 24. Otto Benoit will line up seventh in that number 5, and the 67 of Connor Hale will line up in 8th. 9th goes the 21 of Ariel Benoit, and 10th the 21 of Connor Sanders. Kyle Larson lines up P11, P12 Tony Gardner, P13 goes to Travis Sullenberger. Sean Nash will start in P14, P15 will be John Hughes. Nick Leap will start in 16th in the number 13, and P number 7 is Susan Flint. Honestly, I might have messed it up and I don't even know because... And of course that's going to be annoying all night because apparently this track doesn't like it. I might have messed up the last few guys' positions. I might have said the number, no, I don't know. Why does it do that? I have no idea. Let's see if we can get a camera angle that doesn't. Pace car pulls down in the pit road. Kyle Busch, Lightning McQueen, Tony Stewart, Grok Shadow. Green flags out and we're underway here at Thompson for 150 green flag laps. Lightning McQueen and Kyle Busch down into turn 1. Down the back stretch here. Kyle Busch on the outside. Tony Stewart now looking for that number 1 position. Benoit going past Lightning McQueen there in the background. As Kyle Busch will hold on to the lead. Tony Stewart in second. Third is the battle between Benoit and Lightning McQueen, but he's falling all the way back to 5th now as he's battling with Otto Benoit in the number 5. Otto Benoit in the 5 on the inside of the 95 machine, looking to clear here off the corner. He will. Grok Shadow now underneath the 95 machine into turn 1. Grok Shadow not quite able to keep it underneath him, but that leaves Kyle Larson and Ariel Benoit going at it here for P number 7 as Ariel Benoit be able to clear Connor Sanders. He'll look around the top side of Kyle Larson. He'll get by. Jeff Gordon down the front stretch as well, looking to the outside. Jeff Gordon in the 24, able to clear Kyle Larson down the back stretch. Connor Hale in the 67 machine, looking to do the same thing around the outside here, out of 4, as he's not quite able to keep up. Tony Gardner leading the rest of them in the back. Travis Sullenberg, Sean Nash, John Hughes, Susan Flint, and Nick Leap here after 5 laps as Kyle Busch still your race leader. He won race 1 of the season. Your other race winner is Tony Stewart. He sits in second as Tony Stewart currently holds on to the points lead by a couple points. Let me pull up the points right now so we can get a rundown of your current points. Connor Sanders right now sitting last in points out of regular competition as he just signed up recently for this, and so that means he has 0 points to his name. But let's go over the Whelen Modified Tour points here. Tony Stewart leads us with 89 points. Kyle Busch second with 88. They are separated by 1 point as actually they're coming up on lap traffic here. Of the 13 of Nick Leap. Down to the inside goes Kyle Busch there in the number 8. That's actually going to hold up Tony Stewart in the number 20 machine. Benoit will look to put the pressure on Stewart from that lap car, causing problems. Kyle Busch will look to clear another one, as we have all single filed out except for passing lap cars up ahead. As only 10 laps in, they're going to lap. I think I might set their difficulty a little too low. I didn't want them to be pretty much battling for the race win, but I think I set them a little too low, as they are getting passed by everyone, as that's going to allow Lightning McQueen to look underneath the number 8 of Benoit. Tony Stewart now putting pressure on Kyle Busch, both separated by 1 point. Whoever takes the win away here, most likely going to secure that number 1 point spot here out of Thompson. As Tony Stewart picks the outside, Lightning McQueen's right there in third, as Lightning McQueen will take over second in that number 95 machine. Yellow flag is out. We got a yellow flag. Let's actually look at the replay here. Let me get it pulled up. As I have found the race, Benoit here in the number 5. He's going to send it in between Benoit and the number 3. And he goes up and over Benoit with probably some heavy damage as well. They get it rolling, but yellow flag is out. Benoit now down pit road in that number 5 machine. Travis Sullenberger got back on the lead lap. Kyle Busch will lead us to green flag here once again, and he'll have clear track in front of him. First caution of the night, so let's go over a quick rundown of your points. Tony Stewart sitting at 89, leads the points. Kyle Busch 88, sits second. Third is Kyle Larson with 82. Lightning McQueen sits 4th with 78. Connor Hale and Ariel Benoit tied for 5th with 77. Jeff Gordon Grok Shadow tied for 7th with 76. Benoit sits 9th with 74. Benoit 10th with 71. Connor Sanders last with 0. But if he's able to knock out some good results here, that should be good for him. Benoit is back on the end of the field there in that number 5. Should be able to work his way up into a lucky dog spot as they cross over double file here. It's honestly worse when we're going slow. I'm glad these cars go fast enough to not make that happen. Kyle Busch and Lightning McQueen will lead us to green flag this time, as Tony Stewart in the number 20 and who's outside the number 42 of Grok Shadow. Jeff Gordon, Benoit, Kyle Larson, Connor Sanders, Connor Hale, Ariel Benoit. That's your top 10 for this restart. As Kyle Busch rolls it into the restart zone. Green flags out and we're underway. Kyle Busch, Lightning McQueen take us down to turn 1. Lightning McQueen rolling that outside lane here through 1 and 2. He's able to get the jump around the outside. New race leader, Lightning McQueen. Kyle Busch's pressure from Tony Stewart back behind, but he's got Jeff Gordon looking to make it 3 wide off the corner. Benoit back in the pack, trying to get back up to that number 1 lucky dog spot. But up ahead, Jeff Gordon works his way up into that 4th spot. He's going to look to make a move here for 2nd on Tony Stewart into 3. Down the inside he goes. Tony Stewart way up. That's going to allow Kyle Larson to sneak by on the inside and take over that number 4 spot. Connor Hale now side by side with Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart struggling here on that outside here early on. Now allow Connor Hale and Ariel Benoit by. Connor Sanders looking to be the next one to make a move on that number 20 machine, as they work their way around this track. Connor Sanders up ahead. Connor Hale looking to put pressure on the 5 of Kyle Larson. Back behind Benoit has cleared the 1 and put himself in the lucky dog spot, as Tony Gardner is still on the lead lap. as he did not go a lap down when everyone else did. Autobinoik now has to race to catch the back of the pack. Lightning McQueen pulling away as he now has half a second lead over Kyle Busch here to start this one here 20 laps in. Kyle Busch sitting second. Like I said, he's already got one race win under his belt. He's looking to pick up race win number 2. Jeff Gordon sitting here in third in that number 24 machine. Kyle Larson in 5th. 6th is Connor Hale. I can't do math. Jeff Gordon 3rd. Kyle Larson 4th. 5th, Connor Hale. 6th would be Ariel, but only as Tony Stewart has Connor Sanders to his outside. But now Connor is starting to fall back there on that outside. That's going to allow the number 8 of Bauer Benoit up to his inside here. Bauer Benoit, will he be able to clear? Yes, he will. Contact, it looks, between Grock Shadow and Connor Sanders there on exit of the corner. Tony Gardner sitting in 11th. Travis Sullenberger in 12th as the leaders come up on him here. Tony Stewart down the inside in turn 1 and 2. He's going to move that number 95. Rusty's machine past. Be caught up a little bit here on the front stretch. That's allowed Kyle Busch to reel him in. Looking 3 wide. Kyle Busch through the middle as he's taken to the outside of 95. Lightning McQueen and take over the race lead around the outside. That's going to allow Jeff Gordon to put some pressure on the number 95 machine. Sullenberger looking to get around the 13 as well. Lightning McQueen and Jeff Gordon putting the pressure on, or putting on a great show here for second as they come up on the number 3 of Sean Nash. Kyle Larson now in the mix. Jeff Gordon looks to go 3 wide around the outside. This could result in bad. No, it will not. Jeff Gordon will stay outside of Lightning McQueen here in the turn 1. This battling is allowing Kyle Busch to pull away. Kyle Larson now underneath the 24. But the run down the backstretch from the 24 is able to pull back alongside. We got a 4-car battle here for second. Lightning McQueen, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Larson, Connor Hale, as the lap cars are going to hold up the outside lane here. That's going to allow Connor Hale to get underneath Jeff Gordon and clear. Lightning McQueen able to catch a break there. As any more laps, Jeff Gordon might have cleared him. And this is going to single file it out here for a little bit as we drop back further in the pack. Autobinoik now looking to get back past Travis Sullenberger here. Once he moves his way past Sullenberger, he'll not be in the lucky dog position. He'll be 1 away. As currently in the lucky dog position is Tony Gardner as he got passed by Kyle Busch, Ariel Benoit all by herself. Grock Shadow clearing the 4 of Susan Flint. Bauer Benoit back in behind Connor Sanders here. Tony Stewart almost contact with the 4 there. Tony Stewart's dropped 7 positions from the start of this race as he's back to P10. Tony Gardner right there holding up 4th and 5th of Jeff Gordon. 4th, 5th, 6th of Jeff Gordon, Connor Hale. And now 8th as well. Jeff Gordon, Connor Hale, Grock Shadow. Oh wait, not 8th, 7th. Like not Connor Hale. Jeff Gordon and everyone will clear. Kyle Busch puts himself with about half a straightaway's lead over Lightning McQueen and Kyle Larson. As the track calms down here for a little bit, he'll be able to run some clean laps. Same with everyone else that's starting to clear traffic. Connor Hale, Bauer Benoit, and back behind battling Connor Sanders. As here comes Autobinoik to make his way around Tony Gardner. Once he gets around Gardner, he'll hold the lucky dog spot. As that number 5 team is looking definitely for that. As he'll get by Gardner here and he holds on to that lucky dog spot. Will he be able to race his way back on the lead lap is a good question, because he is starting to reel in the back of this group that's still on the lead lap. Kyle Busch here now looking to put Nick Leap down another lap, as he's now 3 laps down here. Kyle Busch here in that number 8 machine, really pulling away, looking for race win number 2 of the season. Lightning McQueen 6th, 2nd, 3rd Kyle Larson as he's up 8 positions. He started in P11, now he's up to 3rd. Up 2 is Jeff Gordon as he sits in 4th. 5th would be Ariel Benoit in the 21. 6th, Grok Shadow as he's dropped down 2. Starting 4th, Ariel's picked up 4, starting 9th. Connor Hale's only picked up 1 as he sits 7th. He started in P number 8. Connor Sanders up 2, starting in P10. Bauer Benoit down 4 as he started in P5, and now he's back to 9th. Tony Stewart, like I said, down 7, starting from P number 3. And Otto Benoit right there in P number 11, he's down 4 from where he started. Other gainers, Susan Flint's up 3. She started in P17. She's up to P14. Sean Nash down 2. And Nick Leap down 1. As we go back at the Kyle Busch as he just lapped Susan Flint here once again. Lightning McQueen pulling away from Kyle Larson, who now has pressure from the 24. Jeff Gordon closing in on him. And Grok Shadow there in that one. Ariel Benoit looking to reel in that number 67 of Connor Hale. Ariel Benoit there in the 21, down to the inside of the number 13. No, that's 3. 13's all black. Ariel Benoit down the inside of Connor Hale. Down the front stretch. Will she be able to get underneath Sullenberger? Yes, she will. As that's Connor Sanders up into the wall. Connor Sanders gets up into the wall. Otto Benoit now in the mix with these cars, even though he's not racing for a position. He's still going to try his hardest to get around everyone. Connor Sanders, after going up into the wall in turn 1, he looks to get that car resettled here. As he's going to go high again, let's go out. Otto Benoit down to the middle. But Tony Stewart there holding off up ahead. Grok Shadow, Jeff Gordon, and Susan Flint almost went 3 wide. As Kyle Larson leads them in that group in P3. Back behind Tony Stewart here once again. He's able to hold off Otto Benoit at the moment. As Connor Sanders just able to clear the number 66 here. Jeff Gordon up ahead. Looking for a chance at the 42 here for that 4th position. Kyle Larson also right in front of him. Lightning McQueen has pulled away about half a track ahead of him. As Kyle Busch has caught the number 13 here once again. Put him down now another lap. Down 4 laps here. As Kyle Busch has just found the room and space to make all this moves happen. Bauer Benoit up ahead in P7. Looking to make a move on Ariel Benoit as let's go. Let's go. Crank it up here for a second as I go silent. As we come back from crank it up here, Kyle Busch still leads us here at lap 52. Pulling away slightly from Lightning McQueen as he's going to enter the big pack. Kyle Larson, Grok Shadow, Ariel Benoit now up in the P5. Bauer Benoit P6. 7th is Connor Hale. 8th, Jeff Gordon, as he must have got caught up behind the number 13 car. Tony Stewart right there in 9th. Otto Benoit 11th. And Connor Sanders in 10th. 10th. All struggling here in this one, in this first third. Now we enter second third of this race. Kyle Busch still holding on strong in that number 8 machine. Kyle Larson trying to reel in that number 95 machine here as he's working through the lap traffic. Aerial Benoit behind the number 66 machine, looking to make it 3 wide off the corner, hard into the wall. No major damage though, it looks like, unless she can't make the turn here. No, she will. That was pretty smooth, but she did get up into that wall pretty good. That moves Benoit up into 5th in that number 8 machine, as he's now going to look to work underneath the 1 to get past him. Connor Hale and Jeff Gordon battling it out back by the number 66 machine. Travis Sollenberger and Connor Hale struggle. Jeff Gordon struggling right now to get past the lap traffic. Tony Stewart got Otto Benoit and Connor Sanders chasing him down hard. Otto Benoit's trying to gain his lap back. No cautions have came out since that early one. He's trying to do everything he can to get around. He's going to look to go 3 wide around outside. He's going to back out of it. He's going to get a run down the backstretch though, and they'll send him up underneath the number 3 car. Kyle Busch down the backstretch right now as well, as he's going underneath the 13 here into turn 3 and 4. Kyle Busch trying to reel in Sanders and Stewart here. Lightning McQueen, Kyle Larson second and third, as that puts Gardner down 3 laps. Well, Gardner was already down 3 laps, but to them. Larson trying to reel in that number 95 machine. Ariel Benoit trying to get in front of the number 42 as she got back around Bauer Benoit. She's now going to look to inside of Grok Shadow here into turn 1. Benoit not able to find it. Connor Hale back behind, also having Jeff Gordon hot on his tail. Connor Sanders got passed once again by Otto Benoit, as those two have been struggling here in this one. And there's Kyle Busch back into the heavy lap traffic group, as he's going to go past Sean Nash quite easily and work on Travis Sollenberger. Larson ever so slightly, let's see, is he ever so slightly catching? They're actually running pretty similar, but he's slightly losing every lap, it looks like, once they're clear of cars. Ariel Benoit there in the 21, not quite able to get up to that 42 machine, as that is that. Bauer Benoit in 6th, just trying to stay with the group ahead of him. Connor Hale, Jeff Gordon here battling it out for P7. Jeff Gordon looks to inside, not able to hold enough speed off the corner to stay right on the tail of that 67 machine. He will try and reel him back in, as we got a battle up here for second. Kyle Larson past the 95 of Lightning McQueen. Around the outside of 3 and 4. He's going to look to the outside of Sollenberger. He'll get it. That's going to allow him clear track to get past this one. He's going to switch to the inside. He's trying to box in the number 95 of Lightning McQueen, and he'll move his way up into P number 2 as he started in P11. So that's up 9 positions for Kyle Larson. Is actually, never mind. I can't look at that. I was going to say, let's look at plus minus. You cannot look at it on this one, but this is not. Yes, keep the numbers like that. Well, fill in the numbers. Okay. Connor Hale currently sitting in P7, like we talked about earlier. But up ahead, Ariel Benoit, Bauer Benoit battling it out for that 5th place spot, as every position matters for points here, as Shadow and Benoit not having neither of Bush. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go with this then. Connor Sanders is listed as 27 because he can only have 121 on track, and both of them are custom paints. Ariel Benoit and Connor Sanders, so that's why Ariel Benoit was first come first serve for 21, so she gets to run it, but she's caught up on the back of Susan Flint here. Bauer Benoit, but I did try and make the number look as close to 21 as possible from a side view. You can still tell it's 27, but try to make it look as close as possible from the number options in iRacing. Make it look like a 21 because that's what he requested. The other series he requested, he will have the 21 because Ariel's not running in that one. But Tony Stewart has pulled quite a bit away from them. Kyle Busch entering all by himself through 3 and 4 here, as he's gonna take us to lap 74 as he starts to reel in lap traffic. And there goes the 3 down, 6 laps now. As we're on lap 75, we're coming to halfway down mark at the end of this lap. And so he'll go by Sollenberger and the number 1 of Hughes right in front of him. He'll go by as they cross the line. Halfway done with this one. We're 75 laps in. Kyle Larson sits second with the number 95 hot on his tail. Ariel Benoit right behind them, but Connor Hale and Jeff Gordon have caught the back of this pack of cars for P number 4. So things are going to start to get interesting up front. Connor Sanders, Tony Stewart, and Otto Benoit all struggling there in the back. Just hoping for a caution at this point. That's honestly what everyone but Kyle Busch is hoping for. As Larson and McQueen in lap traffic here, that's going to allow Larson though on the inside able to pull ahead. He should be clear through the corner and have a great drive off. Both of them will, as those two will run in the top 3. Grok Shadow starting to pull away. Not really, as everyone is within. So if I go to Grok Shadow, Connor Hale is 1.6 seconds back. That's about half the distance he is to Lightning McQueen at the moment. Contact there. That's going to reel in Ariel Benoit. Jeff Gordon going by Bauer Benoit there on the inside. Ariel going to look to inside off the corner. No, she won't be able to. Jeff Gordon moves up into the top 5. As Gordon goes to the top 5, Connor Hill's going to squeeze by the number 21 here in the back of this group. That's going to allow Bauer Benoit as well to get in underneath. Tony Stewart now catching the group as he runs through the corner there. Ariel Benoit still not able to get around the 3 car. Connor Hill up ahead, trying to get around trying to hold off the number 8 of Bauer Benoit. Grok Shadow with heavy pressure from Jeff Gordon in that 24 machine. As there's Tony Stewart now to the back of the 21 machine. Kyle Busch getting held up by the 13. That's going to allow Kyle Larson and Lightning McQueen to reel in just a little bit. They have dropped the gap now to 1.5 seconds. Jeff Gordon on the back of Grok Shadow here. Shadow trying to hold off that number 24 who's found some pace here on this long run. Connor Hale, Bauer Benoit, Ariel Benoit, Tony Stewart. Connor Sanders still hasn't made it past number 1 of John Hughes or Solberger is there in the middle of that group. Gardner up ahead of Kyle Busch. Lightning McQueen and Kyle Larson sitting here as the lap traffic starting to become interesting factor here with these other battles as these cars start to separate into like groups of two. We got the 42 and 24 in the group. 67, 8, and 21, 20. The 27 and 5. The 95 and 5 of Larson. Kyle Busch is the only one not in his own group, as Larson to the inside of Gardner there. That's Barrett, not Barrett. Lightning McQueen's looking for a move to the outside of down the backstretch. Somehow McQueen got a better run off the corner, even though he sent it 3 wide, as he's going to have to back out of that one. Not able to get the rotation he needed through the corner. Ariel Benoit has Tony Stewart to outside. She's able to hold Stewart off there in that one. The real interesting battle here is the 95 and 5 machine. Larson and McQueen, they sit 3rd and 4th in points right now, I believe, is what I said earlier. Yes, they do. 3rd and 4th in points is the 5 and 95. Larson, McQueen, 4 points separate them. Larson sits 3rd, McQueen sits 4th. So they are trying to get all the points they can, especially on Tony Stewart and Kyle Busch. But Kyle Busch has already guaranteed himself the most laps led point, because unless McQueen led more than 15 laps, but by the time he gets up to him, by the time they get up to him, it's going to be hard to beat him. Wait, was it McQueen that was leading? I don't remember who exactly was leading. I believe it was McQueen. 3 wide. This is going to be a good run for Jeff Gordon. Down the backstretch, he'll be able to pull alongside the 42. Into 3 and 4. He's both going to send it. Gordon sent it a little too deep, but he's going to get a huge run off the corner. Now Connor Hale to the outside. He sends it in deep. Into the wall goes the 67 machine. That's going to allow the 8 right by. Barrett Benoit moves up into 6th. Connor Hale back to 7th. Shadow will hold on into 5th. Barrett Benoit still has the hard charging number 20 on her tails. There goes Tony Stewart to the outside. That 20 car starting to fall off here as the tires might be fading, but she's holding on strong on the inside. But here comes Otto Benoit, who's a lap down, trying to work his way through this one. He's going to get by Stewart. Busch able to hold him off, but Larson and McQueen right there behind him. Larson and McQueen right there, both putting the pressure on as Gordon got past Grock, Shadow, and oh yeah, I remember showing you guys that. Ariel Benoit, Tony Stewart getting into some lap traffic trouble now. That was hurting him early on. This is actually going to be a big point switch up for Tony Stewart if he can't find some ground here in the next 53 laps. As Connor Sanders there in the 21 machine finds himself in his first career race struggling a little bit, but that's also just inexperience compared to the rest of the drivers. Otto Benoit's had a tough start to the season, as he's got quite a few races to turn that around. Larson and McQueen up ahead, doing what they do best, sitting 2nd and 3rd. Gordon and Shadow have had a great battle here for 4th. Barrett Benoit looking to join in on the battle. Connor Hale right behind as well. Ariel Benoit quite a bit behind Otto Benoit there in 11th. Really hoping for a caution, but as things start to spread out more and more, that's less likely to come. Kyle Busch here in the 8 machine sends it up the inside underneath Gardner in the 6. As up ahead is the 3 of Sean Nash. Gardner will be looking to lap Sean Nash in the 3, as he's already passed Nick Leap. This should be interesting on the Larson Lightning battle. Larson to the outside, Lightning to the inside. As they try and split it. No, they will not. But Larson will have the run down the front stretch. And we'll be looking to pull around Bauer, but only going to the inside. 3 wide off the corner. Will this cause a wreck? No, it will not. Bauer, Lightning McQueen. Oh my god, I can't get these names right tonight. First time back for a while, so apparently I can't memorize stuff. McQueen will take over second, but that's not for long. Larson looked inside there for a second, not quite able to get it. McQueen back up into second, and Larson falls back to third. Gordon starting to reel these guys in, as this lap traffic's playing an interesting factor on this top 3. And everyone else behind them, we'll see how they deal with this double blockade. Gordon is just going to go around the outside of Gardner. Will he take the run that he gets off of down into turn number 3? He'll take it to the inside. Bauer only sends it 3 wide up in the middle of Gardner and Shadow. He's going to clear, and he'll move past Shadow for the 5th position, as they both send it really high into the turn. Bauer with the run. Connor Hale with the run as well. Hale up in the 6th, as he's capitalized on these guys' mistakes. Gordon really trying to reel in the number 95 and 5 machines. Up ahead, Kyle Busch getting into some lap traffic trouble himself. The 4 and 13 side by side in front of him, as he's going to work his way around the outside. Get up a little high there. He's going to have a huge run down off the corner, and he should be able to clear, or at least get alongside the 4 here entering the corner. Yes, he will. That's great for him. Kyle Larson not letting that 95 get away this easy, as you can start to see Kyle Busch, his problem here is lap traffic if he's got to get by it. Lightning McQueen's handling this lap traffic really well here late on in this one, as he's able to pull a gap between him and Larson. Jeff Gordon now next car to handle this group of lap traffic, but back behind Tony Stewart in the lap traffic as well, with Ariel Benoit and Connor Sanders. Ought to be right there back as well. Grok Shadow's fallen to 7th after running in 4th for quite a while before Gordon went by him. Then he's running in 5th for like 10 laps or so, as this race is now 40 laps to go. Busch up ahead, but he's only got a 1.4 second gap over Lightning McQueen, as clear traffic ahead. Anything can happen. The top 4 clear traffic. Bauer Benoit in the lap traffic will work his way around the 4 machine here into turn 1. That number 8 machine sits 10th in points. This is actually a good night for him, because the top of the top guys are all up front, and the back of the pack guys are kind of behind him. And he sits 10th. He's going to gain a few points on those guys if he can hold on to this 5th place spot. Grok Shadow, Ariel Benoit, Tony Stewart. Now Tony Stewart with the run off of 2. He's going to clear Ariel down the back stretch. And now he'll work around the 13 of Nick Leap. And there goes Tony Stewart up in the 8th. He's starting to figure out that number 20 machine. The real question is, can he reel in any of the cars in front of him? He needs every point he can get. But up front, Kyle Busch in lap traffic heavily. As you can see, Lightning McQueen there in back behind him, less than a second back. This is the closest to Kyle Busch someone's been for a while, as Busch has to navigate the lap traffic. McQueen looking to navigate it better here. This is what I was talking about. Lap traffic going to play a big factor into this one for Busch, as he cannot handle it as cleanly as Lightning McQueen's been able to lately. Larson able to clear, but Jeff Gordon's going to run into a big block of cars here. So he looks outside, not quite able to get by. He's just going to sit there in that 24 machine, work his way down the backstretch into 3 and 4, almost in the back of the 3 machine. He's just got so much more speed than these two. There it goes. Bauer only able to reel him in. He'll be looking for 4th. But if you look at our top 3 as they get by Sollenberger. The 5 and 95 right there on the tail of the 8 machine. Larson, McQueen, and Bush all battling it out for this race win here in the closing lap, or last third of it. As Bush getting past some more lap traffic here. We'll see how Lightning McQueen's able to handle it as he's falling back about a couple 4 seconds. He'll enter nice and easy. That's going to hold up Larson though off corner exit. Only lost about half a tenth there to Kyle Busch, but we got even more lap traffic up ahead. McQueen looking to get by the number 95. This is going to be huge. Well, McQueen's looking to get by himself, guys, just so you know. McQueen's outside of Busch. 3 of 4. Busch is able to pull ahead, but here comes the run off the corner. McQueen looking to the inside of the 8. We're going to look for a new race leader here. Lightning McQueen right on the tail of Kyle Busch. He's going to get that draft if he can get right behind him. Not he's going to be losing too much time. That little extra pull down the straightaways once he's side by side will be huge. As we are side by side up here. The only other close battle is the 24 and 8 and the 21, the 221 cars. But this one, we might want to watch out. Let's just take a quick look at the 21 battle. That's not the right one. They're single file out, and the 8 and 24, they're also single file, but they're coming up on lap traffic. As this is actually huge. Babbitt went with a run down the backstretch. That huge run into the corner. Will we get caught up? Not really. Here's the run off the corner that really matters. As there's still single file. Kyle Busch starting to pull away ever so slightly from the number 95 machine of Lightning McQueen. Jeff Gordon still sitting 4th. Ariel Lenoy getting past Sollenberger now. As Sanders to her outside. Will he look to make it 3 wide? 3 and 4. No, he will, but he's not going to be able to get his car out there. As they battle out, contact between Sollenberger and Sanders. Audubon also right there, but here comes a double group of 2 lap cars. Lightning McQueen will take over the race lead as Kyle Busch has to swap on exit, but now down through 3 and 4. The lap cars are side by side ahead of McQueen and Busch. Busch is able to go around the outside. McQueen still holds on to the lead. Larson now looking to take over that number 2 spot from Busch. Busch, McQueen, and Larson, all 3 here to battle it out. Down the front stretch, Busch has the number 5 of Kyle Larson right on his tail. Kyle Busch and Larson, the 2 Kyles battling it out for second now. Lightning McQueen's just been the better car in this run. I think he's handled lap traffic better than the other 2. With 23 to go, now down to 22. Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson have to find some extra speed in that if they want to keep up with this number 95 machine. As they get to the back of the number 6 machine, Kyle Busch to the inside. That's going to allow Larson to go by around the outside. Past the lap traffic, a little Busch ended up the inside here, not going to have the room. Down the backstretch, Larson not with that good of a run. That's going to allow McQueen to open up quite a bit of gap. Busch trying to get past the number 6. Larson is struggling there in that 5. As this is allowed Lightning McQueen to pull way away. Kyle Larson struggling in that 5 machine. That's reeled in the 24 and 8 machine right behind him. As Bauer is going to navigate the 6. Kyle Busch probably not happy with that 5 team pinning him down to the inside like that. As now he has to work with 19 laps to go. He's got to work back a second on Lightning McQueen. As Gordon now looking for a top 3 in that 24. Same with Bauer as now they're in reach of the top 3. They're going to be looking for it. Connor Sanders is back 10 seconds. He's been able to hold that car on the lead lap. Ultimately still seeing only 1 lap down. He's just had zero luck on his side for lap since that wreck. I'm surprised he didn't get more damage than he did. I'm not sitting out of this one right now as I'm trying out Connor Hill. As actually I'm starting to lose my talking ability here. With 16 to go, Kyle Busch is reeling Lightning McQueen in once again, but because McQueen is on the 4 car, as now they're going to be nose to tail here once again. Busch down the front stretch. Will he get as good a run? That's going to allow McQueen to pull away. 15 laps to go. McQueen and Busch top of the field here tonight. Same with Larson. That's just McQueen has had luck of the lap cars on his side when he meets them. So he's been able to navigate them a little quicker. As Bauer only sitting in 5th. This, I believe, is his best run of the season. And that's going to allow him through. McQueen still holding off that number 8 machine. As they will meet lap traffic at least 2 more times in this run is my guess. Benoit, Otto Benoit, Aaron Benoit, and Sanders are in the behind 2 lap cars right now at the moment. But up here at the front, we reached another lap car. Will McQueen reach him at the right time? Gonna hold him up just a little bit down the backstretch, but he should be fine here. As Busch will be on the inside on corner exit. That's gonna slow him up a little more. Maybe not. Busch got quite a clean exit there. Let's jump back to Sanders Benoit as they just came through. Gardner, Sollenberger, and Leap. Kyle Busch though here looking to make a run off the corner. Did he have to cut it short and lose time because of it? Not sure. 10 to go. Busch is pushing that number 8 machine as hard as he can to catch the 95. The 8 of Busch, the 95 of McQueen. I believe your only 2 cars. The lead lap is, let's see if yeah, this one is not, hold up. I believe there is a way, if I can find it. Yes, here it is. No, not that one. Apparently not, but Lightning McQueen here with 8 laps to go. Looking strong to hold this one off. Jeff Gordon on the tail of the 5 machine. Hold up. Kyle Busch might be back in this. McQueen side by side down the backstretch. Through 3 and 4. Busch off the corner. He's going to stay within distance of this one here with 6 laps to go. Busch and McQueen up at the front. Can the 95 hold off the 8? That is the big question. Only 1 caution here tonight, due to the number 5 flipping as he sits currently 11th, 1 lap down. Kyle Busch in the 8, the number 95 of Lightning McQueen in P number 1 with 5 to go. Coming to 4 to go at the line this time. Will they reach the 4 before the end of this race? Most likely. I think that's going to be the last lap traffic they reach though. The 24-8 and 5. Jeff Gordon takes over 3rd without me realizing it. Jeff Gordon and Bauer only get past Kyle Larson, as Larson might be falling off here late in this one. Tony Stewart up past Connor Hale. He's going to be looking to get past Grok Shadow. As the 2 race leaders get past the 4 nice and cleanly. They might reach the 3 before the end of this race, but I doubt that. Busch running out of time to reel in Lightning McQueen in the 95 with 2 to go. Bauer only looking for a top 3 here, as Tony Stewart trying to hold him off. Lightning McQueen, half a second separates him and Kyle Busch. Here, white flag is out. One more lap of racing. Lightning McQueen looking to take this one here tonight as qualified 1-2. They're going to finish 1-2. But in the opposite order, off of 3 and 4, Lightning McQueen wins it. Kyle Busch finishes second. Third is Jeff Gordon. Fourth, Benoit. And rounding out their top 5 will be Kyle Larson. Benoit in the lap traffic here with Connor Sanders. They should be some of the last cars across the line. As there they go. Sean Nash as well. As that's the end of that one. Your race winner, Lightning McQueen, takes it home. As let's look at the race results here. As here's your race results here at Thompson Motor Speedway. Lightning McQueen getting the job done here at the end. Kyle Busch finishing P2. Jeff Gordon come home third. Fourth, Benoit. Fifth, Kyle Larson. Sixth, Grok Shadow. Seventh, Tony Stewart. Connor Hale finishes 8th. 9th will be Benoit, rounding out your top 10. And the last car in the lead lap is Connor Sanders in the 21 as well. Benoit in the 5 finishes 11th. Tony Gardner in the 6th. 12th. 13th of Travis Sullenberger finishes 13th. Travis Sullenberger in the 66th. Susan Flint in the 4 finishes 14th. 15th goes to John Hughes in the 1. Sean Nash in the 3 finishes 16th. And 17th is Nick Leap in the 13, finishing 12 laps down. Well, thank you guys for watching this one. And hope you, if you haven't, click the like and subscribe button as well. If you haven't joined the league already, make sure to join the Discord or comment on the YouTube video, and I'll see if I can get you signed up for the league. Sullenberger, Susan Flint, John Hughes, Sean Nash, and Nick Leap, and Tony Gardner will be added to the points, yet they are not full-time drivers, so they will not be getting points every single race unless they are in the random field of drawn cars until we get a few more cars, because 11 cars is not really raceable. So see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, click the like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.